Good morning, everybody. What's up and welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Liz, and today I have a reset with me motivation for you to get up and tackle your to-do list. So today I'm just starting here in the kitchen. This is after me getting our grocery haul from Walmart. You'll see that in an upcoming video, but this is me just putting away some of the things. You might see my oldest daughter. She is down on the floor. She's actually putting away her and her sister's snacks for school, which was really nice of her. She really likes to organize and get things put away and done and all of the above. So I really appreciate having two children that really like to help, especially my oldest.
I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon.
In this video today, you're going to see a whole bunch of different things. Me putting away the groceries, not fully showing me doing the dishes. You're just kind of like going to see them. I am making two different recipes in this video, cleaning up, tidying up, the whole shebang. Obviously right now I'm putting away things in the pantry because I just went grocery shopping and did a haul that I already mentioned. You'll see in an upcoming video. But without further ado, let's just get on into this motivation.
You don't know how much I want you. Just looking at you makes my whole world spin.
Also, I wasn't sure about this scent, the Elderberry by Mrs. Meyer's. This is the brand new fall scent, and it is fantastic. I was not sure about it when I picked it up because I picked up the all-purpose cleaner and the dish soap, but it lingers. Typically with some of their fall scents, it does not linger. I really liked the Mum one that came out last year and the year before, I believe, but they didn't re-release it in Target. I'm sure if I check Grove Collaborative it might be there, but I highly recommend you at least try this. I also really like the apple cider and the fall leaves. The fall leaf smells pretty good to me, but out of all of them, I prefer the Mum and the Elderberry. Mum would probably be first in line when it comes to their scents for the fall, but that's besides the point. I'm really curious when they're going to launch their Christmassy scents, because their fall ones came out later in stores, especially here in New England or just in New Hampshire. I don't know about everywhere else. How long have you guys had the seasonal, the fall scented Mrs. Meyer's stuff out? Because there are some stores that actually have Christmas trees already. So right here I'm showing you some chicken breasts. I'm going to throw this in the crock pot. It is going to cook on high until I'm able to shred it, because I'm making crock pot chicken pot pie soup. It's really good. This is something my husband requested, so I'm just prepping the chicken first before obviously constructing the soup itself in the crock pot. And like I mentioned before, I am deep cleaning my dishwasher. As you will see, because I'm going to show you up close and personal what that filter looks like and what this wipe is going to look like, because it is nasty. If you forget that there's a gasket on your door, you need to clean it, because you see that's mold and mildew that's just sitting and festering, waiting for you to clean it. So I highly recommend you clean it. And just the door itself, all of it, just clean the whole thing. So what I'm doing is giving it a basic wipe down before I actually go and clean the filter and the screen, which you'll see me kind of do. I'm checking the spinny arm on it too, because sometimes that does cake up. And here I'm actually refilling the rinse aid, which reminds me I have to pick up some more, but that will be in my next grocery haul that you won't see this week but next week. But you see all that caked up spots, that's all food that it depends on how much you use your dishwasher. You need to clean it dependent on how much you use it. We use our dishwasher almost every day, so I have to clean this 2 to 3 times a week, and if I don't, it will smell, and it is not pretty how it smells, just so you're aware. So now I'm just using that dishwasher cleaner that I got from Amazon a little while ago. I actually forget what the name is, but it does work pretty well. The downfall is that you have to let your dishwasher completely dry, air out with the door open. I live in an apartment, so it's kind of hard to do that, especially when we have limited space in the kitchen. Anywho, now I'm moving on to the chicken. I've already cut up some onion and celery, so that's one full small onion, like an entire thing just diced up, 2 stalks of celery that I have sliced up. And now here I'm showing you I have a can of diced potatoes, a can of mixed vegetables. I was having fun with trying to get my camera to focus. It was not playing very nicely. And then some chicken broth. This is the reduced sodium one. So all of that will end up going into the crock pot along with the celery and the onion. And I am going to chop up the chicken and add all of that into the crock pot.
Saw you from across the room. When our eyes met, I never knew that I could feel this way, and it's kinda strange. Don't even know your name. I don't know you, but I want to get to know you. Just wanna get to know you.
I'm also adding some thyme, pepper, salt, onion powder, and garlic powder. This last can I have is cream of chicken soup, and that is just like a condensed version of it. What I do is obviously empty it out, put some of the chicken broth in the can, and then I re-add the chicken broth into it just to get more of the bits off the side of the can. It's something that I've learned from my mom, and you also have to remember to season each layer that you add in. So since I added the cream of chicken soup and then more broth at the top, then I re-added some salt and pepper. Here,
just wanna get to know you.
Here I'm actually putting together some quick biscuits. This is non-buttermilk biscuits, and yes, I'm using a food scale to properly measure out my all-purpose flour. So this is all-purpose flour, salt, baking powder, milk, and cold butter, and you'll end up seeing me use a pastry cutter to cut in my butter.
For you right here, but how will I ever know if you go?
So I ended up using a full stick of butter, and you use a pastry cutter, which is the device I have in my hand, and you cut in the butter to the flour. You want like pea-shaped little beads in your flour before you add in your milk slowly. And what I did was, once I cut in all the butter, I then used my plastic spatula, the white one, and I started turning the mix, which you're going to see in a second. So you add little by little of the milk. I'm using almond milk, and it worked out completely fine. It does say for you to use like a full fat milk because of the butter, just to give it a nice like moist texture, but they turned out completely fine. My girls loved them. So if you wanted to do an extra, like a bigger serving size of these biscuits, you can, because you can use it as your layer for peach cobbler on top. I'm also making peach cobbler. You're going to see that in a little bit. So now, once my dough is all together, you want to lightly flour your surface, and then you want to work your dough out until you roll it with a rolling pin. And here I'm just forming the ball, which is just working it into itself. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of flour. If it starts sticking to your hands, just a little bit of flour. And the same thing goes with your rolling pin as well. You want to either flour it. Here you see I didn't, and that was just a me mistake because I'm just me. So you start to see some of the mix get onto my rolling pin. here I am cutting up the sections because with biscuits you want it to be flaky. You don't want to overwork it because if you overwork it, it's not going to rise. And what you want to do is you just want to make sure that there's the gradual layers of your biscuits. And once I do that, I'm going to use my biscuit cutters. So I have this set from Hearth and Hand at Target. I can't tell you the size, it's just the biggest one. It's the one I prefer to use, it's the biggest one. If I'm doing like smaller yeast rolls and stuff, I'll use the different sizes, but for this recipe, if you will, how many biscuits I made, I ended up making like 9 1/4 because there was only a little bit left, so I made a miniature biscuit, which you'll see in a second. The remainder of that dough I just made into a teeny tiny little biscuit. Once you form them, you want to put them into a oven at 425 degrees for about 14 to 16 minutes. This that I'm mixing right now is the batter mixture for my peach cobbler. So in between the layers of peaches, you want to put this mixture in. This is flour, brown sugar, honey, a little bit of salt, baking powder, and milk. I can't remember if I just said milk or not, but I also used almond milk in that as well. And here I have 4 large peaches, and I ended up cutting them up, like slicing them up and putting them in a bowl. Obviously deep pitting them as well. Also, when you are cutting up your peaches, which here I've topped it with maple syrup and brown sugar, and then you toss them together. Like I was saying, the pan that you're going to cook this in, you want to make sure it's in the oven and it's set at 375. You want an entire stick of butter in the pan so it melts. And this is what kind of like coats the pan, if you will. So you're going to see me pull it out, and it is fully melted butter that's in it. It was a sizzling, see there it is. The timer had already gone off when I was cutting the peaches, so I took it out. Nothing congealed. So you want to have a nice layer of the peaches down at the bottom, and I'm trying my best to just like move them about. Then you want to take the entire batter mixture and pour that in, and then you put the remainder of the peaches on top. And the recipe says do not stir. I followed a recipe on there. It was just a simple non-biscuit recipe. What I decided to do as well is put a little bit more cinnamon and brown sugar on top, and then you put it back in the oven for 50 to 55 minutes at 375. And once it came out, it was gorgeous. You're gonna see it later.
Just to feel your arms around me.
I didn't have much to do here in the living room, just to tidy up the couch and put some things away. That's it. That's why this clip of the living room isn't very long, and it's just kind of stationary. Obviously, you see my oldest, she's just kind of walking around. Her and her sister had quiet time at this time, so she opted to use her iPad and her headphones. So I am now hanging up my shower curtain. I do like to wash my shower curtain, and I did change the liner as well. This one is a thicker bamboo one. I don't think I'm gonna buy it again, but that's besides the point. Now moving on to cleaning the toilet, which is kind of self-explanatory, so I'm not gonna voice over this part, other than I'm using the Maison & Muse bathroom cleaner.
I could travel 1,000 miles just to feel your arms around me. I will give my love to you, but will I see you when I get there? I could travel 1,000 miles just to feel your arms around me. I will give my love to you, but will I see you when I get there?
Remainder of the bathroom, obviously I didn't have to do much in here either, just wipe down the mirror because, you know, toothpaste splatter, and then on to the vanity itself. So I just gave it a basic, just quick spray and wiped it down again. This was not very dirty, so it was just a quick little surface kind of clean, because that's all it really needed.
Strangers in the night, don't tell me it's over. Travel 1,000 miles just to feel your arms around me. I will give my love to you.
Alright, everybody, welcome to my Monica's closet. This is the hall closet, and yes, I just said it was a Monica's closet. So here I have all of our summer stuff. We just kind of like threw it in the closet. It's our beach bags. This is our cooler beach bag that I got at Target. On sale, it was $25. I ended up paying $10. It's fantastic. I highly recommend it because it's a tote or a backpack. This yellow one I got 3 years ago from Target as well. That one was $15. That is a giant bag. In here, obviously I'm taking out like our towels and stuff because I do put them in storage when it's not the season. So off to the side of that 3-drawer shelf goes the girls' AC, which is a portable one, as you see I'm doing right now. That's basically all I was doing in the hall closet, was taking out their AC and putting it in here because that's where it resides until next, like, end of spring to the summer. Realistically, I would like to put it in their closet, but for right now, it's in the hall closet. And here, our peach cobbler is done, so I am pulling it out of the oven. This was super bubbly. It made the apartment smell so good. So you see, it's got that nice crisp layer, and the brown sugar and the cinnamon on top just kind of like seeped into some of the peaches. What I'm going to do now is there's a maple butter that I ended up cooking on the stove. You just take a 1/4 cup of maple syrup, and I believe it was 6 tablespoons of butter, and you put it in the pan and you just let it boil together for 2 minutes. Once it's done, and once the peach cobbler is done, you put it on top. Here I'm actually putting it back in the oven just to keep it warm until it was time for dessert on this day, but you can serve it right after that if you want to. And I'm ending off this video just tackling my girls' room. I'm just gonna make the beds, and yeah, I ended up folding all their clothes off camera after this because I had about four loads of laundry to fold. Mine, my husband's, and the girls. I haven't done sheets, towels, and blankets yet because I'm actually going to be doing that today. As like after I'm doing this voiceover, that's what I'm planning on doing.
I can't believe it's already over. Too late to talk and fix whatever's broken. I always thought love like ours would last. I never knew.
So I hope you guys enjoyed today's reset with me. I hope this inspired you to tackle your to-do list and to get all the things done around your house that you need to. I know this was super quick and simple versus the last 2 videos that I've done that have been over 50 minutes long, but don't you worry, next week's video is going to be just as long. So don't forget to like, subscribe, turn your post notifications on to all, and I'll see you in the next one.